Now we're moving on to a very, very affordable cruise. This is one of the lowest priced cruises that we've ever seen, actually. And the price has just come down this week by a further £80. It's with Costa Cruises. Now, Keith, for anyone that hasn't cruised with Costa, they're part of a big company, aren't they? Huge company.
They're part of course, Carnival. Carnival Corporation, who have over 100 cruise ships, and that number is growing all the time. Costa themselves, of course, are an Italian-based company. Beautiful, beautiful ships. They are designed by Joe Farkas, who designs the majority of, he's the big designer at Carnival, the chief ship designer for them. But what he does is Joe gives this wonderful sense of flair and panache and style and sophistication. And with Costa, he gives every ship a theme. And this particular theme on the Pacifica is music. So you've got antique violins, prints of scores of various famous songs. Decks are named after musical styles. The actual ship itself has got the first ever recording studio on board. I think I've said this to you before.
I've forgotten, so you can actually go in and record your own...
You can go and actually record, yeah. And I think it's like I can't remember exactly how much it is, but you obviously pay. You go and lay down a track for an hour, and then a couple of hours later they post a CD of the track that you've laid down under your door. So, I mean, that's an incredible facility to have on board a ship.
Wow.
And they give piano lessons, drum lessons, things like this. There's a whole little kind of extra musical element to this particular ship. It's wonderful.
That sounds really good fun, doesn't it?
Stunning.
Anyway, this one is selling very quickly, as we know. Let's just show you the itinerary, because we fly you, first of all, over to Barcelona, and obviously your flight is included in that 379. And you've got a 7-night cruise from Barcelona. It's a lovely place to cruise from, isn't it?
Great place to cruise from, Sean. Absolutely, Barcelona. There was wonderful, great beaches, but you're going straight out to Palma de Mallorca, and that in itself is an absolutely little corker. So you're going to Palma de Mallorca, and of course this dates back to Roman times, the city. You've got a wonderful, wonderful seawall that you can walk along with a gorgeous neo-Gothic cathedral there. I know at the moment the images we're seeing there are for Barcelona, so obviously that is where we're starting. So there we go. So we've gone from Barcelona, and now we're over to Palma. So I was talking about Palma there. You've got that wonderful long seafront. Obviously it's known for an amazing stretches of sand and sea that you can go and enjoy. There's an amazing pirate show if you're there with a family that I recommend definitely doing. There's the amazing cathedral, which sits on the front there, and just behind there is that wonderful Paseo de Born, where you can get those hot chocolates and those lovely enchiladas, they're called. It's a lovely breakfast dish that they do over in Mallorca.
That's really beautiful, actually. And then a day at sea, and then a chance to visit Rome next, isn't it?
Yeah, Civitavecchia. This is great. Of course, you can pop in there, get the bus or get the train in, and you can go see the Colosseum, of course. It used to hold 50,000 bloodthirsty spectators. You can walk through the Roman Forum, wander amongst its ruins. It's like walking through a history book. There's St. Peter's Basilica there from the River Tiber. Go do a little boat trip down the Tiber if you want to. Via Condetes, where you can go and really hit the shops, the big names there like Valentino and Gucci, or you can follow the Da Vinci Trail across the city and end up in Piazza Navona, where they used to execute people in the old days. Now, great place to get a gelato, sit back and watch the world go past.
And then where next, Keith?
After that, La Spezia. This is beautiful. It's the crossroads in Liguria between the green hills of Romagna and Tuscany. And it's one of the most beautiful stretches in the world. It's absolutely stunning. You've got the Cinque Terre region, which is a massive national park, an UNESCO protected national park, right on your doorstep. And from there you go to these 5 delightful little villages, cliffside towns, and you can just hike between them or see them by the coast. You can also go in from here to Pisa, and can see the Leaning Tower, or you can head into Florence as well and see the wonderful Renaissance spectacular city there that's waiting for you.
It's a lovely coastline, this, isn't it?
It's an amazing. For me, I would do that. I would just go and see Cinque Terre. You know, that wonderful set of 5 villages that just slope into the sea. That would be all I'd do. It's just, it takes your breath away.
And then Savona is next.
Yeah, great location here. A sunny bay that's kind of locked between Ligurian Alps and the sea, and it's overlooked by this imposing fortress of Priamar. Really, really gorgeous. You've got lots of villages and lots of little places you can go and visit locally that you're seeing there. But really, this is your chance, your gateway for Nice, for Monaco, for Portofino, for Genoa. All these places are very, very accessible from this port. If you are going to stay, it's got there's only 2 Sistine chapels in the world. One's in Rome with Michelangelo. The other is here in Savona. Well worth a visit, and there's a great beach as well. Very few Italian cities have a beach on their front doorstep. This one does, and it's well worth going to visit.
I think this is an amazing cruise, don't you, for £379. And we've still got one final stop, which is Marseille, isn't it?
Yeah, the largest port in the Mediterranean. It's France's second largest city. It's a melting pot of cultures and of people. You can see there Chateau d'Elf, which dominates the harbour, which is the legendary home of the Count of Monte de Cristo. Count of Monte Cristo, of course, according to Dumas and more. You can do so much from here. This is a great way to Provence, you know, to head out to these places that Van Gogh and Matisse and Picasso immortalised on canvas. You can also head out beyond that to Cassis itself, which has got set against the backdrop of the Calinques, and that's the Mediterranean equivalent of the fjords. In fact, do a little boat trip around there. It's absolutely gorgeous, Sean. Or go hiking around there. And if you're staying in there at all, shopping in Marseille is brilliant, and so is the bolognese, the fish stew.
And then, of course, back to Barcelona. Now, you've got a flight back home, but we can arrange, if you want to spend the next few nights in Barcelona, if you wanted to watch the football, we can actually sort that out as well.
That's right, yeah, we can. It's just £119 for 2 nights stay in Barcelona, which is amazing value. Struggle for that in the UK, you really, really would. And again, for tickets to see Barcelona play, as well as those 2 nights, it's £289. And the big thing here, I think you've already mentioned, is the single price as well. It's just £519 for the single price.
Now, we should point out this price has only been reduced this week, and obviously there would be a big demand, particularly for the 379, which is, I think, one of the lowest prices I've ever seen with Costa, particularly for a 7-night Mediterranean fly cruise. If you do want to book any excursions, by the way, as well, we have got excursions that we can book through Planet Cruise at a fraction of the price compared to what you pay on the ship.
Up to 60% cheaper, and also takes more convenient as well, Sean. You don't have that panic when you first get on the ship. The Palma City tour, they're £72, really good way of seeing that beautiful city. And of course, look at that, artistic Barcelona with Gaudi's masterpiece staring at us in the face.
So again, if you would like to book any of those, just go to the Planet Cruise website, planetcruise.co.uk/excursions.